If you know how to change your state, you can change your life. If you know how to change your state, you can change your life. What do I mean by that? Well, it's something called state management. The emotions that you're feeling before you take on a particular task. So a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually control your emotions by practicing state management. When you feel a certain way, let's say you feel negative and you want to be the best father in the world, but you had a long day at work. You're feeling pretty negative. And now you come home and your children or your child is acting fool and you react and you snap at them. And, you do this on a continuous basis because your job is stressing you out. You're building resentment in your children because you don't know how to control your state. You can change your emotions before you walk through the door when you get home by doing certain things. So there's a couple of techniques you can use to change your state. Number one is affirmations. You can repeat over and over again, still going on the father example, and say, I'm a patient and loving father that chooses to understand that my children are children. And you can say that over and over again before you get home. And that could change your state. You could listen to positive music. Music is excellent for state management because when I'm driving around and I'm listening to gangster rap, I drive more aggressive. When I'm listening to R&B, I drive a lot more chill, right? That's because the music can impact your state. So if you want to change your state from negative to positive, you could use music as a technique to change your state. Another overlooked way of changing your state is your body language. I spent many years studying body language, so I consider myself somewhat of an expert. And if you change your body language, you could actually change your state. So the other day, I had a client of mine. He was telling me about a negative experience that he was having in his life. And as he was speaking about it, his whole body was slouched over. His shoulders were slouched over. Everything was kind of caved in, right? He was expressing that body language of negativity and not feeling confident. But you can actually change your body language and stick your chest out and have your chin up. And just by changing your body language, you can change your state. Every day when I go to the gym, I change my state by what I listen to before I work out or during my workouts. I listen to a lot of mindset stuff, personal development stuff, motivational talks, David Goggins, and these guys hype me up. I can't lift the same weights if I'm listening to R&B as I can lift when I'm listening to this hype up motivational stuff. That's because I'm changing my state. You probably change your state all the time during the course of the day and you just don't notice. And the majority of people change their states without knowing that they're doing it. And a lot of people fail to realize that this is a practice that you can activate on demand. You can change your state on demand. So you don't have to stay in a bad mood. You don't have to stay in a negative state. You can change your state by using these techniques such as affirmation, using music, changing your body language, or maybe even watching something uplifting. I find these videos on TikTok and social media where there's a dude, he runs around just doing nice things for people. I cannot stay in a negative state after watching those videos because they make me feel so good because what he's doing is so good that the energy just transfers onto me, right? So that's just me. You know what makes you happy. And I think everybody knows what can really change their state. It's just that a lot of people don't know that you can do it on demand. So they get stuck in these negative emotions and think that's where they have to remain. But you don't have to remain there. Use the techniques and keep your state positive and change your state when needed. Now, keep this in mind. It's almost impossible to stay 100% positive or, in an uplifted state forever. That's not going to happen. But you don't want to stay in negative states for too long. And so use this technique when needed to change your mind, to change your state, and it will have a huge impact on your life. Your state affects other people's state. So if you're negative around your spouse, you're negative around your children or your coworkers or whatever, your state can affect them too. Keep in mind that state management is not only a selfish thing, that's something that you just do for yourself, but it's something that you do for everybody around you. Because you don't want to be that guy that just stinks, or that person that just stinks because their attitude is always crappy and they're always bringing people down because of their negativity. Keep that in mind and be aware of your state and just know that it's a choice. You can always change it. Hope that added some value for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.